publishes videos on YouTube. She was just arrested about an hour ago. Let's take a look at the scene. This is at 824 East Berry Street in Fort Worth. This is at a Stop and Go, a convenience store in the area. About 6 to 7 police officers surrounded a vehicle at the gas pump. They claimed there were narcotics in the vehicle, and they made an arrest. At some point, while she was filming for the 30 or 40 minutes that she was there, this officer decides to turn his lights on, blinding anybody's view with a camera. Shortly thereafter, he turns his siren on, blasting the horn, as you can hear here. This goes on for about a minute, and then a supervisor approaches.
Do I hear that? But what gives him permission to act like that? Yeah, it was in plain view? Are you sure it was in plain view?
Yeah, when it's sitting on the floorboard, you can see it.
What was it? Maybe it was just like, some oregano.
But if you look at the woman in the background, she's right next to the car, and she approaches the back of the car. The woman in yellow back there didn't know if someone she knew was involved, but the cops didn't say anything. Now let's take a look at the Stop and Go. Where Carolina Fort Worth was going was right about here when we flipped the camera around to this location on the sidewalk and filming from public. You can see that the man they were arresting is about 150 feet away from where she was standing. Nowhere near it. That last view is when she was zoomed in. Now you can see she's standing on the sidewalk, well away from the scene, and then moves over to our left. That's when this officer approaches. He gets in her face and attempts to troll her with a ridiculous question.
You're not having more sex with kids, are you? Like you did when you were a teacher?
Where'd you hear that?
That's what I heard. Is that true?
What do you think?
I don't know.
We
You gotta
got...
back up. Back
Oh.
up. Back
Hey,
up.
wait, I'm following. Hang on.
Back up. You're warm up on the film. Just get the film right over here. Walk over there.
I want to go over there and talk to that guy.
You gotta sit right over there.
When's the last time you had sex with a kid?
already told you.
Don't go back.
I've already told you to walk over. You didn't move.
I want to encourage you to head over to her channel and watch the full video there. This was some very unprofessional conduct by the officer and 100% retaliatory. From a couple screen grabs from the video, this is the face of the man that kidnapped her and arrested her. If you have any information about who this is, please leave it in the comments below.
Just so y'all don't have to hear the horn.
Where's your? You can only search your car if you have someone arrested or a warrant. You have neither one of those. You don't have a warrant, and you don't have anybody in custody from this car.
Is it two females and a guy?
No, it's two males and a female.
Okay, what's your clown
Okay, what's the guy named Larry Gooden?
I don't know. I have.
Okay, then I need to know. I need to know if that's my husband. Because if that's so, that's my husband.
Find out, I'll let you know.
Okay, then I'll go ask somebody else.
Clowns, right?
I just got your body loud.
Yeah, you don't have to leave. You don't have to.
Oh, in there was drugs in plain view.
In plain view?
So,
They're not. People aren't that stupid.
cause of search.
All right. Do I hear that?
Warrantless.
But what gives him permission to act like that? Yeah, it was in plain view. Are you sure it was in plain view?
Yeah, when it's sitting on the floorboard, you can see it.
What was it? Maybe it was just like, some oregano.
Wait.
Yes, that was him.
These clowns with the corn and everything. So immature. That's what we deal with here. Wow. He said that they're drugs in plain view. I don't believe it. No one's going to drive with people in plain view. No one's that stupid. No one's going to have drugs in plain view.
Look, man, they just, y'all, man, I ain't gonna lie, they just locked my little brother up for some dumb shit.
Oh, I'm
but
sorry.
They just let me go for some bullshit, man. But look out, these liars ain't doing nothing, man. They trying to get some money. Just trying to lock people up just to get some money. Fuck you all.
Yeah, they say, well, the means justify the ends. We got drugs off the street. That's why we violated your rights. We violated your rights because of that.
Drugs gonna be everywhere. They can't do nothing. Drugs gonna be everywhere in the whole city.
The war on drugs is just to put poor people in jail. How many cars are there? 12? This is a special response team, you guys. These are the guys that are supposed to be getting the drugs off the street. We got central unit. Oh, we got central unit. Central unit. Central unit.
That's a damn police car.
This is a.
Police car. Who? This damn police car.
There was more. There was more.
They ain't got no warrant on nothing.
No warrant. No consent. They said they had stuff in plain view, but no one's gonna do that. No one's gonna do that. I don't believe it. Plain view, huh? Thanks for throwing my PayPal up. I appreciate that. Yeah, plain view if you're laying across the front seat with your head underneath it. How the heck could they see on the floorboard from outside the car? That's amazing. They must have some kind of rubber neck. How can you see on the floorboard if you're standing outside the car?
You said what, man?
Okay, he said it was on the floorboard.
Yeah.
How could you see on the floorboard unless you were inside the car with your head inside the car? How can you
Come
see?
on, man. And they ain't got no warrant, man.
How can you see it from the outside if it's on the floorboard? Come on, can you see into that car on the floorboard? And they're not even occupied.
Unless you open the car all the way, what? Unless you open the car all the way.
There's no way. There's no way they had put something in plain view on the floorboard. There's just no way. They got a grant to come over to this side of town between Miller and Berry and all that kind of area right there. They're trying to get guns and drugs off the street. And so if you see somebody's rights being violated, it's okay because they're getting drugs and guns off the street. So it's all right. That's what they're telling the people.
That's what they tell the people.
There's no way you could see anything on a floorboard from outside the car. There's no way it's in plain view.
My husband was in the car with him. That's my husband's best friend. So the police just explained to me that it was a robbery went on last night, and that this guy that was driving the car was involved with his girlfriend. So they got this girl sitting in the back seat. She don't have no clue to what's going on.
You have to tell somebody no. This is wrong. That car, they're taking him to jail. It's a sad, sad situation, guys. Very sad. It's wrong what they do to these people out here. They got a grant. I don't know if you heard me talking about it earlier. So they have to prove that they're making progress on the grant, like arresting as much people as possible, getting assets. Because I can't, Matt, I have no money to give her, and I can't give her a ride because I don't know her. Should I go back? I mean, this is about the time they started asking for money. I didn't bring any money with me this time to hand out or anything. Yeah, I'm gonna foil those grants, that grant stuff. I need to know. They were giving out cards in the beginning of summer. Last summer, they were giving out cards explaining this. Hey, San Joaquin, I lost your phone number, by the way. So now I'll just go watch. Take that car. Okay, let's give a recap for everybody. See if I can get any more info. So I don't understand why they're taking her car. I mean, I understand why, but I think that's so wrong what they're doing. Okay. So where'd that clown go? I want to go talk to that clown that threw that light up in my face. Threw that. When I first got here, he just stayed on his horn for about a whole minute, and shined all his lights into my camera. Let's go find that fool. Let's go find that fool. Oops, my gimbal's starting to die. Hang on. There it goes. Say gimbal. Oh, it wants to die. Okay. Hang on. There we go. So it's got something leaking under this ball right here. There's that fool right there. See where that man's standing? C648, that's the one that blared his horn at me. So I was asking why when they're searching the car, I was asking where the warrant was. Thinking, what is this? Is this another car? Look at this. Oh my God. Somebody. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Where are the other cars? That's not these people.
Carolina, you're not surrounded having sex with your kids, are you?
What?
You're not having any more sex with kids, are you? Like you did when you were a teacher?
Where'd you hear that?
That's what I heard. Is that true?
What do you think?
I don't know.
Can you
You
believe
gotta
that?
back up. Back
Oh.
up. Back
Hey,
up.
wait, I'm following. Hang
Carolina,
on.
back up. You're warm up on the film. Just get the film right over here. Let's walk over there.
I want to go over there and talk to that guy.
You gotta sit right over there.
When's the last time you had sex with a
I've
kid?
already told you.
Wait, where's the guy?
I've already told you to walk over. You didn't move.
What are you talking about? What are you talking
Stop
about?
resisting
I didn't do
arrest.
anything.
Stop
I
resisting
didn't do
arrest.
anything. I didn't. Ow! Ow! God damn it! I didn't do
Stop
anything.
resisting
I
arrest.
didn't do anything. Hey, I didn't do anything.
Stop resisting
I
arrest.